Hi everyone, I hope I'm live. Let me see. I think I'm live. Let me see. Yeah, I think so. So, hi everyone, how are you? Good evening or good morning, wherever you watch this in the world. So, I wanted to briefly make this video, and of course, as I start my live, something wild is happening outside. Let's wait for the train to pass by. My goodness, like literally, as I start the live, these noises. Hold on a second. Very, very loud. Okay, let's. It's going to be very loud. Anyway, so I wanted to make this video very quickly because okay. I'm sure you can hear that because it's so loud, but I want to make this video very shortly because it was really hard to watch today, and particularly if you're following the case of Officer John O'Keefe's death, actually, or murder. It was, and as you all know, I'm from Boston, so I really know exactly, and I really can feel into the whole scenario as if I'm living inside as these testimonials are happening. And I remind you again, when you see the pictures of the houses of the Alberts, right where Officer John O'Keefe was found dead in the front lawn, those areas are very small. So the roads are small and the areas are small. It looks really huge on the pictures, but those areas are not big. So when you go into suburbs like Canton, and in other suburbs in Massachusetts, when you pass by, the roads are so narrow and the houses there are pretty close. It's just close to the street, and it's not that huge, you know. It looks really, really big on the pictures, but I need you to understand that it's not that big in the suburb of Massachusetts. And again, I kept repeating in my videos about this case is that the amount of alcohol is mind-blowing. And we can see this in Massachusetts. It's really, really wild. And also, I mean, the way parents are easily letting this slide with drunken youth, youth, young adults, are really, really mind-boggling to me, yeah? Mind-boggling to me. Also, as I keep saying in my videos, this murder case is about hatred. Full stop. Hatred on 3 levels. As I said, number 1, Brian actually, let me see, 1, 2, 3, actually, yeah, even now as Jen McCabe, we can also include her, but she's more jealous of Karen, and we saw this today in the testimony. But before we get started, the guys, 3 men are jealous of a man, Officer John O'Keefe. Ryan Alberts is actually jealous of Officer McKeith. Officer O'Keefe is known to be the nice guy. The nice guy, and as you can see in the court, his family, mother and father, and his brother. I mean, you can see what kind of a good-hearted people these are, and you can just see it's just not rocket science to spot that also on the life and the lifestyle and his actions, right? He's known to be the nice guy. He acts as a nice guy, his actions are a nice guy, and oftentimes when we see nice people, they get jealousy from the bad guys. This is how the world is, unfortunately. We see this over and over and over again. I experience this all the time, all the time. I mean, it seems like my entire life I've been experiencing this. And we will talk about the narcissism in the second when we talk about Jen McCabe's testimony today, which was mind blowing. It was so hard to watch. It's just like suffocating. Like, I mean, the defense attorney, he had so much patience. I lost my patience. Like, she was a horrible, horrible witness on the stand, and we will get there. But the second jealousy is that we learned later, that I personally learned later, is that Chris Higgins? No, Brian Higgins is actually also jealous of Officer O'Keefe because he has an eye on his girlfriend, Karen Reed, which is like, oh, what is happening here? And I believe also no, I'm sorry, Colin Alberts, right? Colin, the young guy who is drunken all the time and like have, you know, wounds on his right fist. That Colin Albert has also a lot of you know, overbearing issues, right? And inside of him so much hatred, so much anger, and so much like entitlement. And also they had these issues from his childhood about that guy, right? About Officer John O'Keefe. And so there's like this hidden anger, and that's what I'm talking about here in this case. There's a hidden anger, hidden jealousy, not obviously hidden anymore. And now you see this in a lot of murder cases. I just reviewed a few other murder cases. It's just unbelievably mental, like really seriously mental. And all is this inside, like this hidden, deep, I don't know, jealousy and hatred and anger. And we have to be really, really cautious about this. We must be cautious about if you feel any kind of, you know, obviously, if you one of these bad guys, right, and you obviously don't even feel that you're experiencing this, that you can stop it. But I'm talking here to the good people, right? To the good people, if you feel any kind of anger inside of you, that, or just this, like this, people do this to me, then you need to really, really process stuff. And I have techniques on my channel how you do that. And again, when you watch my interpretation of these murder cases, I talk about the sociological and psychological background and story of an analysis of these murder cases. If you are interested in the schnick-schnack of and the, you know, PR of this, you can go in another channel. There are plenty of channels talking about the schnick-schnack of it. I'm not about that. I am doing the analysis and helping you, as my channel is, you know, taking these into consideration to really help yourself to not to get involved in these type of situations. And you see this in the murder cases a lot, where the people, the victims, are not aware of this. And I talked about this in my previous video about Officer O'Keefe. He was not clear. Actually, he was maybe not seeing it, and that's the problem. That's why I do these videos. If there was like hints of these jealousy, and you need to recognize it. If you have people around, they've literally faked friendship. They literally faked friendship. And Officer O'Keefe either wanted to, and that's oftentimes the case with good people, right? We want to see these as friends. We want to, like, we stick to that, right? I mean, he believed that, okay, he lived there for 8 years. And 8 years is a goddamn long time. So remember, like you have, like, or imagine you have 8 years living in a neighborhood, and you have these, because you bought a house, you are solid there, and I believe that Officer O'Keefe was one of these guys who had like strict rules, right? And I don't believe that he would have just moved elsewhere just quickly, because I think he liked to have the stability. So 8 years living there, obviously you have these people around you, but he had also other friends. And when you see this in the testimony, like the couples, right? They were so nice people. Like one of them said, like the couple, married couple, who said, they were so lovey-dovey, and those are Officer O'Keefe's friends. And the man said that my wife said, I wish that you be lovey-dovey with me as well. And so those, you can see the difference between Officer O'Keefe's friends and them, right? The Alberts and the McCabe's. So I think it was more as like a neighborhood, like these are my neighbors, and friends kind of thing. But Officer O'Keefe could not see the bottom hatred and the fake friendship. And we have seen today also like Jen McCabe, who literally bursted out the hatred toward Karen. And she was so jealous of Karen. I mean, was so clear in one moment in the testimony where she bursted out like the hatred towards, and she was really angry, like the way she said it regarding Karen was like a boom right there, the hatred she actually has against Karen. And so there's a lot of stuff going on here. The hatred that is in the bottom and the fake friendship is mind-blowing. And it is so sad to see that Officer O'Keefe couldn't see the signs, and that's why I'm making these videos, for you to see these cases as kind of a wake-up call. And another big problem, and I did so many notes, I mean, again, it was so hard to watch Jen McCabe's testimony, because I was so looking forward to this one, and I'm like, okay, and she made it so clear that she totally makes stuff up as she goes. One story doesn't match the other. She on the stand makes up another story, and then she does like this. She pauses, leans back, and then looks up, and then she continues, moving forward. Like she acts in the spot, she makes up a story. And the reason that narcissistic people, and obviously I don't know her, I can't even say, I mean, is she an NPD or what have you, but there are so many hints that there's something going on her mentally, because not only of her stares, and I will do a video about her eyes and what I'm seeing in general. Overall, I have so many pictures that I took, and I will make another video about that. But also the way she talks, the way her inner anger, and then making up stories as you go, overbearing, overpowering, talking, talking over the attorney, and her demeanor in the court, demeanor as a witness was absolutely unacceptable. Very overbearing, very much like I say, and this is what it is, and you can't tell me, I say how it is. I mean, it is absolutely clear, like the defense attorney actually said, controlling the situation. And literally you can see her demeanor of controlling the court, controlling the room, controlling the defense attorney, controlling what he says, controlling his questions, controlling what he said. It is just unbelievable, like very hard to watch. And you can tell there it was easy, very easy to spot there the way she wanted to control the room, control the court, control, and by checking out, like looking at the jury and over talking the attorney. It was just like she was trying to control the room, and you can see this was because of her controlling tendencies. And narcissists, obviously this is a typical scenario for typical behavior for narcissists. Control, you must control. What the narcissists don't understand is that when they do, and they, yes, are pathological liars, full stop. Narcissists are pathological liars, especially NPDs, right? So, and the problem here is narcissists, when they do non-stop lying, they don't understand that other people who are not buying it. So because they want to control the story, they want to control the room, they want to control the person, and because they themselves need to be stood in the good position. That's why they lie, because they need to, at all cost, need to be in a good position at all cost. And they believe that when they do these lies, everyone believe in that lies, because this is how they control it. That's how they manipulate their own brain, by saying, okay, everybody, because I now control, and they believe in my story, in my storyline, which they don't understand how it comes across, because everyone around them are smart and just seeing the BS coming out of the person's mouth. And the problem here was very, very, and I saw that it was like towards the end, when actually in the middle she did it twice, and was so like, I was like, boom, shocked. First, that I was shocked when she really showed the hatred towards Karen. That was very clear and obvious. Then also the second thing that was very it was in the middle, when she threw Trooper Proctor under the bus. She said that he must have wrote this differently. I didn't say it. He got that wrong. And every time she had to refresh her memory, and she said, let me read the script, let me read the transcript, let me read the transcript, let me read whatever she said before, because she need to get somehow the story straight. However, the more she looked into, the storyline got more weird and more weird and more weird. Like, it was just very painful. And then towards the end, she threw, and when she did that, I was like, whoa, this is a video worth, because she immediately, like she said, a friend, Carrie, we were going through together this horrible scenario, this horrible situation. We were like friends, we were this, we were that. And then easy, the millisecond when she got cornered, she threw Carrie under the bus. And I'm so curious when Carrie takes the stand and that scenario, what she described happened, how she said it. And I do hope that she somehow watched that, that she throw her under the bus, and that's gonna be, I don't know, quite wild. So the narcissist, why I wanted to make this video, because it was so obvious. She did that twice. She literally, in order to put herself, again, that's the goal of a narcissist, always they need to be good standing with everybody, need to control the storyline. And when they got cornered, and I see this over and over and over again, when they got cornered, boom, in a matter of seconds, without any hesitation, they will throw you under the bus. Full stop. I've seen this over and over and over again. Remember, I said in the recent 6 months or so, I've been dealing like very horribly with vicious narcissists, and they did that too. In the matter of seconds, they could lie in your face, and like so bizarre that you think, like, they don't even understand how stupid what they're saying is. It's just at that moment they have to lie. They have to put themselves in the good person box. They have to. And it doesn't matter how stupid it is, what they're saying, when they got cornered, they must lie immediately. And that's what they do. No question about it. No, and she did the same. She easily, once she tell the story how close friends they are with Carrie, and oh my God, we went through this together, and then when she got cornered, boom, Carrie was under the bus. No question, no hesitation. Same with Trooper Proctor. Boom, he was like totally made up. I didn't say that. He just got the, documentation wrong. I mean, and again, this hearing and this and today's testimony, you could also see clearly in the millisecond, you could see how much she hates Karen. She hates Karen. She just hates her. It was so clear, so obvious. And that you come with me at the very beginning, that you come with me, oh my God. I mean, that was quite creepy, and it was very, very bizarre. And when she was being confronted saying that you are coming with me, that she said to Karen, then she corrected, no, I said, why don't you come with me? And then when she further pushed, she actually slipped it and said, I said you are coming with me because of da. So she actually said it that she said it. So it was just like, whom are you kidding, right? And she this non-stop explanatory, just talking over, was just so hard to watch. And her snobbiness. And then this, so you tell me. Like, what are you doing? So she doesn't understand that because she needs to be in the good, put herself in a good position, the way she comes across, she does it at all cost. And she just like, does and look towards the jury, but she doesn't see how the opposite she looks from the outside. I mean, 100% the jury wouldn't buy it. It was just so bizarre, so very, very flipping storylines that it was just, and her this demeanor were hard to watch. And when when the defense attorney said, you know that your phone was extracted, and she said, I willingly handed over my phone, and she looks at the jury and smiles. And then the defense attorney said, we will get to that. And she's like, oh, okay. And then she looks at the jury again, kind of in a relief that, okay, I got this one right, so I'm good. So because he kind of approved it, and so I got that right. And then again, he asked, you know your phone was extracted. And then she grinned and said, because she got approved already, right, that this is a story, she's good, check. She grinned to the jury and said, yes, I willingly handed over. And then she was not aware why she just like grinning and saying that then what comes next, like boom, 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 boom. And then her smile was obviously turned into like a huge panic, right? So these long pauses, like she literally, when she's asked a question and the story doesn't match, and then she steps back, sits back, and she's like, and she looks in the upper left corner, and then yeah, and then she comes forward and says that's, you can tell that's a lie, okay, that's a lie. And then every time she asks the story from that she testified before, she keeps asking, show it to me, I want to refresh my memory, show it to me, show it to me, show it to me, show it to me, show it to me. So a true witness, if you really have witnessed something and you're a good witness, you know the story, and you have only one single story. You don't need to read and read and read and read and read. Let me see what I said. Can I see it? Let me see what I said. Literally, you would not say, let me see what I said. What? If there's only one story, you know there's only one story. You don't need, if she literally said, can I see it? What I said? Can I see it? What I said? You just like every time, not one time. She did it over and over and over and over again. And at one moment, like several moments actually, she was literally, at that moment, she makes the story up, looking at the upper left corner, and then she makes a story, and that's typical for narcissists too. Again, I'm not saying she's narcissist, I don't know her, but I'm saying in general, like her actions are typical of narcissists. We're talking about narcissists' actions, and hers are matching totally. So narcissists typically do that on the spot. This is how the entire life this is how they grow up, right? Making story after story after story, lying on the spot. This is how they get through life since their childhood. And making stories up on the go, telling lies on the go, it's a typical behavior of a narcissist, full stop. When she said it was so, I laughed so hard. Where did Ali go? She went nowhere. Who says that? Poof! Where did Ali go? She went nowhere. Like, she come home, she was in her room, she went nowhere. Like, what does even that mean? Like, who says that? She went nowhere. You didn't see the dog. I don't have a memory of seeing a dog. Like, you either have seen the dog or you haven't. Who cares? I mean, the way she phrases things, like, very, very carefully, and doesn't understand how stupid it comes across. And the Jeep thing, right? The Jeep thing. The Jeep thing was so unbelievable. Like, absolutely made up story, and very, very hard to watch. And this long, long, long thinking. And during the Jeep story, you can tell it was a made up story. The Jeep, because she got particularly long, 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 long pauses in the Jeep story. So, and there was like this absolute critical moment where defense said 4 minutes before she even noticed Karen's car and texted John. That's important, because I think that's the key, right? 4 minutes before she even noticed Karen's car and texted John. They were all in the kitchen, and he comes through the front door. So she must have missed him as she looked outside the window. But there was not even a window. She was not even looking at there because it was 4 minutes. And as she maybe have seen already, standing up, looking outside, then when she see the car, then officers already inside. Again, there's 4 minutes before she even noticed Karen's car and texted John. I mean, I think that's it, right? That's literally it. So, I'm not sure how I have to read it all. So that's again, she needs to read it all, the transcripts from before. I am not sure I have to read it all. And what I found also quite wild, she just trying to literally, again, this controlling. She tries to control everybody, the defense attorney, the courtroom. She talks over, she looks at the jury, she tries to control the jury. And with the 911 call, that was very, very, like, I particularly watched. I mean, it was heartbreaking to even listen to that. I mean, without bursting into a tear, but I mean, the screaming of Karen was unbelievable. But when you looked at her, she's like, looks over with her mean face. She looks over to Karen with her gigantic eyes, like very mean. And then she looks over to jury, and then she just looks down and like sad face. That was so obvious. Just check that out. It was at the 911 call after 1 hour and 43 minutes in. So looks at Karen, very in a mean way, and then she looks at the jury, and then she makes like a very sad face. Ah, it was so hard to watch. And then the lies that about the overhearing, the witness testimony of Karen, not Karen, of um, uh, Carrie, right? Like again, controlling the situation, controlling. She hears it, text it. She said this. She hears it. She texts over to the Alberts and to the other Alberts and McCabe group that this is happening. She said this. She said that. Again, she's the controller of everybody, and she was pushed and pushed and pushed about it, and she kept lying and saying, no, I haven't, I haven't heard it. But then she keeps texting it, have you heard it? No, I haven't heard it. But I might have heard it, I might have just like overheard it, but I wasn't listening. Like, what are you talking about? It was again hard to watch, hard to really observe these things, because from my experiences with narcissists, this was like for me a very obvious case, and I wanted to share this with you. So Jen McCabe is not, absolutely not trusted. I mean, obviously everybody who follows this case who could see that, but I wanted to share with you that the behaviors of a typical narcissist was so easy to spot here. And again, a narcissist, let's recap, easily can throw you under the bus, no question, in a millisecond. They have to be always in control of everything. Your thoughts, your demeanors, your thoughts, your brains, your feelings, the room, everybody. Because they must at all costs stand in the good position. Always. That's the whole point. And they can lie. Third, they can lie on the spot, non-stop. And that's a part of control mechanism, as well as needs to be standing in the good position of others people's eye. And if you're stupid enough, then you easily can cut up into that. And 4, jealousy, enormous amount of jealousy. 5, fake friendship, fakeness, everything fake. 6, hidden anger, hatred. These are absolutely critical and very important facts and behaviors that about narcissists that you need to watch. If you experience anything like this from someone, then you must be very, very careful and stay away, stay clear. You can beat them. I did it. The vicious narcissist, I was able to beat them. With what? With this. People like this think that they are smart, but they're so stupid. And if you're smart enough, intelligent and knowledgeable enough, you can easily, very easily, and have videos about that, can easily use their lies and cheats and everything against them. And that requires you to be strong. And that's what my channel is all about. Focusing on you to be empowered and helping you to stay strong and be fearless and move strongly forward in your life. With that being said, I hope this was helpful to you. Let me know in the comments what your thoughts are. Have you experienced narcissists around you, and what are the demeanors and the motives and the behaviors that you noticed, and how did you overcome it? And that's, for me, the important thing. They do what they do. I don't care about them. What do you do? How do you overcome it? And those people who have overcome it and want to overcome it, I focus on those people, and you guys are welcome here. Okay? So, sending you so much love. Thanks for being here. Subscribe for more.